Hey, this is Jessica, and I'm with the pigs, and I'm about to give them each a triple berry. They call it cupcake, but really it's just hay. There you go. It's hay, and it has, I guess, some berries in it. You can't really see it though. So we'll give them that, stop them from being annoying during the video. I get one each, even though they're really big. It's just hay, so I'm not too concerned. Lily, it's right beside you. It's right beside you. Hey. Trixie stole yours. Lily. Lily. Oh, there you go. Look at yours. Okay, so this will be a serious video. We were going to be talking about GI stasis and what GI stasis is. Firstly, what it is basically it is when the animal, it can also happen to rabbits, but obviously I don't have rabbits, so we won't really be talking about rabbits. It's when your guinea pig's like whole digestive system slows down or actually completely stops. Because they have a digestive system that needs to always be working, which means food needs to be going in and out a lot, which is why they poop a lot, which is actually a good thing. It means they're healthy. They have good bacteria in their gut, in their, I think it's lower intestine, and if that's thrown off for whatever reason, that can cause GI stasis. Lily doesn't seem too happy with her cupcake. And it's almost like a cycle, because what happens is if their good bacteria gets thrown off, what will happen is that will cause bloat. And if they get bloated, they're probably not going to want to eat. And if they're not eating, then their system's not moving. They're not pooping. And that will slowly shut down, and as we all know, guinea pigs who don't eat don't last long. That's why it's so serious. So really, when we get to the signs, obviously the first signs would be lack of interest in food, or sometimes they will stop eating completely, other times they'll stop, like they might stop eating their regular food, like pellets, but they'll take treats. They might drink less. Occasionally they'll drink more, because drinking more is a sign of being in pain. Because if they're bloated, they will be in pain. You might be able to tell the bloat if they're bloated, depending if you know your guinea pigs very well. If you pick them up a lot, you could probably tell if their stomach is distended and bloated. They'll be lethargic because they won't want to move much. They could be in a hunched position. Apparently they can also drool. I've never really seen this, but because guinea pigs, they don't have the ability to vomit, so they can drool because they can't vomit. So those are the symptoms. Basically, you want to bring it to the vet, because it's not really something, like you may be able to treat it yourself, but you want to know why this is happening. If it's just simple, like we'll get into the causes. If it's like a simple like poor diet is why it's happening, then you could be able to fix that, but it could be also medical. So basically the number one reason would be poor diet, which goes to hay. All the people that we see who don't have unlimited hay in their cage, this is what happens. This is why pigs are always constantly eating hay. It's moving through their system. It's getting the poo out. In and out. They need to be having something in, something come out a lot to keep them healthy. So that is why hay is so important. That's why everybody stresses why hay is so important. So if you don't believe, and you don't think, oh, hay's that big of a deal, well, if GI stasis takes place, your pig could be dead very quickly. It could also just be dental issues. So maybe you're giving them the best diet, they have hay, they have enough forage, but if their teeth are overgrown or like out of whack, like not aligned properly, it definitely, they'll stop eating. They can't eat if it hurts them to eat. It could also be a sign of medical emergencies, bladder stones, kidney stones, vitamin C deficiency, which is what was on the list, which I didn't think about. Stress, or also like hospitalization, as in like after a procedure. Like let's say your guinea pig had a bladder stone, and you know he had surgery, and everything went fine. But when you bring them home, you have to make sure they eat, because if they don't, then the GI stasis will take place, and that's just worse. Which is why if you hear people talking about critical care, which is what you would be told to force feed your guinea pig, it's either force feed or hand feed. You know, they might, if they're at the stage where they don't want to eat, it's going to be a force feed. You're going to be getting critical care in a syringe and forcing them to eat it I think it's like every 2 hours, like around the clock. It has to be done. Also with water, if they're not drinking, you're going to be getting a bigger syringe to shoot water. If they have medicine, if you have brought your pig to the vet and they've got given medicine, they might feel better. So it might not be so much of a force feed. They might be willing to take the critical care. I have seen a lot of videos where pigs, I guess the critical care tastes good, or it tastes like their pellets. They seem to like it. But, you know, the force feeding is definitely not a bad thing. You know, if it keeps your pig alive, it's definitely what you want to do. And another thing with the poor diet is they said if your guinea pig eats, like basically if their diet's mainly pellets instead of hay, that can cause the disruption in their stomach, like their gut, their good bacteria. They need more fiber. They need a lot of fiber. So pellets, or you know, those sugary treats that you're not supposed to really be feeding guinea pigs anyways, these are all reasons why you shouldn't be giving them those type of treats, especially if you do it a lot. All my treats are pretty natural. They all consist of hay. Like all the bunk space treats are basically hay with, like, I think they use applesauce mixed in and veggies. So it's not bad. And also if they came out of a medical emergency where they need antibiotics, this usually kills the good bacteria in their gut, which is why probiotics are very important after a guinea pig's sick and it needs to get their system back on track, which is another reason why a vet might tell you to, you know, hand feed critical care again to make sure everything's going smoothly until they start to want to eat and poop on their own. Oh, I missed one of the main symptoms of the GI stasis. If the poos start getting smaller and not formed properly, like misshapen, that could be something going on. And obviously less poo. There'll come a point where they'll stop pooping. And if your guinea pig's at the point where he's not eating or pooping, that is definitely an emergency. Don't try to just get critical care on your own and do it yourself. That is that. If caught early enough, you might, depending on if you know that, oh, the teeth are fine and all this, you may be able just to feed critical care and get over it, but really you should probably bring it to a vet to make sure it's nothing medical or that you're missing something. Just like bloating, you can treat bloating. A lot of people suggest using like the baby anti-bloat formulas that people give to their babies. You can use on pets, like guinea pigs, but I've never done that, so I wouldn't just want to do that without like a vet consulting. Why are you not happy with your treat? So basically, if you're a new owner with guinea pigs, you've never dealt with any emergencies, you definitely want to bring to the vet right away. I'm not a vet, so you definitely want to go to a vet and get proper attention. People who've dealt with guinea pigs all their life and who've dealt with emergencies before would probably be able to treat on their own, but definitely just don't treat on your own just because you saw my video or somebody else's video. So definitely hay. This is why we always push the hay. 80% of their diet is hay. 5% is pellets. 15% is vegetables. Nothing in there is those treats that you see, like the sugary treats, the cereal treats, like the sticks that you can give hamsters. Yeah, that's fine for hamsters. Guinea pig's not a hamster. They are herbivores. They are fibrivores, which means they need a lot of fiber. A hamster can eat meat. You know, you can give an egged hamster, you can give chicken, turkey, hamsters. You can't do that with guinea pigs. So it is very important. Now with rabbits, like I said, I don't quite understand their system because I never had a rabbit, so, but they can get GI stasis as well, and supposedly it's just as serious as with guinea pigs. They can kill them very quickly if you ignore the signs. If you don't see poop in a cage, there's something wrong. If they're not eating, there's something wrong, you know. As much as they might say that only 5% of their diet is pellets, my guinea pigs like their pellets. They tell, like at 9 o'clock when I feed them their pellets, they know when it's time and they demand it. So they do like their pellets, even though it's not a majority of their diet. Just like they love their hay, they like their vegetables. So just because they like a certain thing doesn't mean they should have it all the time. And there's Lily. So hopefully this video explains what GI stasis is, because basically it's an issue that can come up with any medical issue. Like you could be bringing your vet in because of like a URI, like a respiratory, URI is upper respiratory infection, or even the like a URI, urinary tract infection, or UTI, is that UTI? UTI, and depending on how it's handled, they can get GI stasis, because usually any medication that they're on will disrupt their gut, the good bacteria, and so you have to really watch it and make sure that their system's still moving, which is why they get critical care a lot after they go in, after they have any type of medical issue. Just like you don't always have to feed probiotics, it seems to be easier. You know, being bloated obviously isn't fun. People can get bloated. I'm pretty sure, you know, if you've ever been bloated in your life, you don't really want to eat or drink when you're bloated. I know I don't. So that's why they stop eating, because they're bloated. It's uncomfortable. They're gassy. So I will stop rambling, because I think I covered everything. So if you have any questions, you can go ask. Definitely make sure, if anything unusual happens with your guinea pigs, bring them to a vet. And make sure they do exotic pets, because a regular cat and dog vet won't know what they're doing. They probably won't even accept the animal because they can't, you know. Has to be an exotic vet. So yes, I didn't vacuum the cage before I did this video to make a point that, you know, all this poop, there's a reason why they poop a lot. It's because their gut's always moving. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.